Hi, Candy, and everyone at Success Foundations for Success. My name is Ryan Cogburn. I'm shooting this video on my porch here on Sunday morning just to kind of introduce you to myself and tell you some things that I've accomplished and everything. I am a 62-year-old man that lives in Omaha, Nebraska. I grew up in the mountains of Colorado, specifically Glenwood Springs, which is at the confluence of the Roaring Fork and Colorado rivers in western Colorado. I'm a sixth generation native of that area. My family genealogy is quite a story, goes way back to early U.S. roots. I grew up in a normal family. I can remember my mom and dad used to water ski together. I've even seen my dad's boat on the pool in the Glenwood Springs hot springs pool. I have two brothers. One's older and one's younger, and I have a younger sister as well. My two brothers live in Colorado. My sister lives in Texas. Both of my parents are deceased. I lost my dad last year, which was hard. And I live by myself. I have 10 grandchildren, and they are scattered across the country. Three of them are here in Omaha. Three of them are in Colorado, and four of them are in California. So, anyway, my work experience is that I grew up on a ranch and started off in the home building industry. My first job I got was as an apprentice carpenter, helping a guy build a house because I'd grown up on a ranch and taken all those kinds of carpentry classes and ag classes and everything. I knew how to do those types of things. And so I got that job, and then I went back to ranching for a time. I went on to get a degree in industrial carpentry, building industrial sites and commercial sites for a company called the Industrial Company out of Steamboat Springs, Colorado, which at the time was the largest construction company in the entire world. But I didn't last long there. I had my addictions caught up with me, and I ended up going through recovery and divorce and all that. But I eventually went into real estate as a broker with a friend of mine who was my sponsor, and he closed that business. And from there, I went straight to being a stockbroker for years and had enjoyed some success there. I was the first guy at that agency to open 5 accounts in one day, and there was another kid about 3 weeks later that opened 9 accounts in one day, but he only got to count them for one because it was all the same family. But anyway, that whole operation was about prospecting, filling your pipeline, and I had some great coaches. They were able to hear both sides of the conversation and would coach me on what to say, and so I learned the language of sales way back then from some very skilled people. I also learned how to raise money for charities, and would get on the phone and raise money for charities because as a stockbroker I had developed those skills. And from there, I after that I had decided I didn't want to be a stockbroker and got a job selling water treatment systems because I really believe in clean water, and would like to see pollution eliminated. And I just think it's, there's so much toxicity in this world. And so I did very well. I earned the Emerald Award at Rainsoft, which meant that I was capable of selling 3 systems in a day. And I did that from prospecting at trade shows. I also put out water bottles to give people, in the neighborhoods, to give people free water tests. And I enjoyed working there. And then I got married, and my wife didn't like the hours that I was working at that place. So I started my own business doing wall covering and painting, and we did a lot of businesses like Subway sandwich shops. We did some schools, hotels, things like that. And then I bought a chocolate company in Steamboat, Colorado, and ate all the profits. No, I'm just kidding. I did pretty well with that. Um, but the chocolate business was not for me, just because chocolate is very fragile, if it gets too hot or too cold, it's ruined, and I just, that aspect I didn't like. But I did a lot of marketing, going to convenience stores and hotels and places, and getting my, chocolates. I built my own little stands to where I could sell them at a point of sale, and got them out in the consumer, and branded, did some branding with Mucho Tasty Chocolate, and yes, I'm the creator of that. And but anyway, sold that to a guy with a big gift basket company that was a friend of mine that kind of begged me to buy the company. He really wanted it, so I sold it to him. It was a distributorship with a very large chocolate company, and pretty good deal for him. But and I'm kind of sorry I did let go of that. But nevertheless, from there, I went into insurance, and I've been selling insurance. I've been the top agent at pretty much every insurance company I've been to. I was agent of the year first year at Washington National. We sold a lot of cancer, heart, and accident policies. We sold Medicare. I won Medicare agent of the year there, and and I do still sell insurance for a living, but I moved more into annuities than in life insurance than health insurance. But I do target market the 65 and older crowd going into Medicare. And my most recent job within that industry was at Physicians Mutual. They're a primarily Medicare agent company, and I became a trendsetter there, which just meant that within my first 3 months that I had to sell, I don't even remember, 60 policies or something like that, and I accomplished that with no trouble. But yes, I have quite a bit of history. I also own a funnel marketing company. I have some. I market some stuff for a lady by the name of Monica Main. I'm sure you've heard of her. She's in your space, and I do some. She's the one that's trained me in the money funnels and everything. So I feel I'm well equipped to handle whatever this job can throw at me, and I look forward to being one of your top people there. So hopefully this is the video you wanted. I know it's a little bit long, but thank you for listening to me, and God bless you. Bye bye.